Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of the brand new VOD flick, We Summon the Darkness. Let's do it. We Summon the Darkness is a horror thriller from director Marc Meyers and Lionsgate. Film stars Alexandra Daddario, Keean Johnson, Logan Miller, Maddie Hasson, Amy Forsyth, Austin Swift, and Johnny Knoxville. Set in the Midwest against a backdrop involving a killing spree thought to be orchestrated by a satanic cult, three best friends embark on a road trip to a heavy metal show where they bond with three aspiring musicians and head off to one of the girls' country home for an after party. A night of fun and youthful debauchery takes a deadly turn as bodies begin to pile up, with each side thinking the other hides the killer. So this movie dropped on VOD today, and because, like many of you, I have very little better to do with my life right now, I gave it a watch. I like horror thrillers. I like slasher flicks. I liked this movie. I don't think it's a great film. I don't imagine I'll ever watch it again, but there's some fun to be had here. I really enjoyed the cast in this one. I'm a fan of Alexandra Daddario, and she, along with Maddie Hasson, who I'm not familiar with, they are clearly having the time of their lives in this movie, just chewing the scenery, and it was great. Amy Forsyth, who I also don't know, but is Canadian, so good on her. She's good too. And I liked the three dudes in it. Yeah, they come across as complete idiots, but that's kind of the point, so that works. And Johnny Knoxville, don't get too excited, he's barely in the movie, maybe like 3 scenes. Although he actually had one moment that I found pretty impressive. Dude's got some chops. Now, the first 2 acts I found really quite fun. Oddly, the third act in a horror thriller is usually the most bombastic. That's when everything goes down. And here was the third act that kind of lost me a little. I enjoyed the partying of the first act, the setup of the second act, but somehow the carnage of the third just didn't do all that much for me. I found it a little bit dull, and I saw the ending coming a mile away. Now, I will say the dialogue in this movie is not amazing. Then again, if I went into every movie of this type hoping for great dialogue, I would be a very disappointed person. The story itself is fine. It's not particularly original. We've seen a lot of movies like this, and in many cases, better movies, but it was enough to keep me fairly interested. I found the soundtrack hilarious. This is a movie about metalheads and satanic metal and all that kind of stuff. And there are discussions of Metallica and Cliff Burton and Randy Rhoads and Ronnie James Dio and Megadeth. And yet the only song on the soundtrack that I actually recognized was Heaven is a Place on Earth by Belinda Carlisle. And then after looking into it, I realized it's not even her version. It's like a really similar cover version that I'm assuming the filmmakers commissioned for this movie because they couldn't afford the rights to the real one. I found that very funny. However, I will say the song works really well in the context where it's played in the scene. I liked it. The blood and gore effects work perfectly well, though admittedly I wish it had been a little bit more extreme. I will also say there is a scene featuring CGI fire and it looks bad. It looks really, really bad, but again, I don't think this movie had that much of a budget. You make do with what you got, I respect that. While not a great film, We Summon the Darkness is pretty fun. It's got some strong performances, and it entertained me for 83 minutes straight. If, like me, you don't have a whole lot else to do right now, I say why not give it a try. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give We Summon the Darkness, and I think I'm gonna give We Summon the Darkness a out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen We Summon the Darkness? What did you think about it? What is your favorite horror, thriller, slashery movie of all time? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.